Hello to Brooke Schubert. How are you today?
Good, thank you, Reuben. How are you? Thank you for having me.
I'm very well, thank you. Thinking to chat to you today. So, can you tell me roughly how long have you been a singer-songwriter for?
Oh my gosh, it's been a little while now, and I'm just so lucky to be able to do this whole music thing. To be honest, but yeah, it's been a little while now. I think I released. I was thinking back today. I released my first single when I was 15 years old. So I'm not going to tell you how long ago that was, but it was a little while. But yeah, it's been a long time coming.
So, I'm going to take you back when you, first released your debut EP, your self-titled debut EP. So, what was that like for you going to the recording studio back in 2010?
I loved it. Are you kidding me? That's where I really found that I love to create, and I love that, working with friends as well is always, really helpful to, have that freedom creatively. But to be able to, figure out how I can layer guitars and how I can make a harmony sound the way I want it to, like it was really, really empowering, to be honest. And so ever since then, we're just building on that because it's a really beautiful thing to be able to create something out of nothing. So yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite things to do, and I definitely live in the studio as much as I can.
So, I picked out a single called with a Will Day called Simple Then. So, tell me more about that.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it was so lovely to be able to once again collaborate. Obviously, that's my favorite thing. But to be able to do that with him when he asked, I obviously jumped at the chance to be able to do it because, first of all, it was a really great song. He and Will and Jared, who's actually my producer now with all of my new stuff, wrote that, and it was actually a semi-finalist in the international songwriting competition. Like the guys did amazing with it. I was just a singer. I was just happy to be there. But I absolutely loved that, that collaboration, and I was so lucky. And Will's such a great guy, and so yeah, very, very lucky to be in that one.
So, do you like working with your producer?
Pardon, sorry.
Do you like working with your producer?
Oh my gosh, yes. Oh my goodness, he's one of my best friends. And so it's really great because he only lives an hour away. And so by the time I get to his house from my house, I've driven through down a motorway and then into like a forest. So it's really calming by the time I get there. I like leave all the worries of like kids and family and life behind, and I get to go there and create. And I don't think I've ever met anyone else that when I go to them with a sound reference, I say, Jared, I love this tone in this Linkin Park song, but I want a little bit country. Like, what can we do? And he's like, I know the exact sound. Like, let's do that. So it's really interesting to have someone with a brain that is like the same sort of musical library with sounds as mine. So yeah, Jared's just incredible, and he's doing such amazing things at the moment.
A bit of a heat wave in the UK at the moment. So, can you tell me more about the single that was called Burn Like Summer?
Yeah, oh my gosh, I love that song. I tell you, it's funny because I think because I've grown up gigging predominantly before I started recording, I'm a really good judge of what works live and what doesn't because the live show is what matters the most to me. So as soon as I went to Kaylee Bell and said to her, hey, what songs have you got? I'm recording this album, blah, blah, blah. And she said, oh, choose what you want. And she gave me this whole big Dropbox of all of these songs. And this song acoustically just caught me straight away. And when a song sounds really good, just a voice and a guitar, I think that's the dead giveaway when something's really special. And so when I found out that was Jerry Flowers, Keith Urban's old bass player, who she wrote it with, I was like, well, of course it makes sense. And I love Jerry. He's one of the most loveliest guys I've ever met. And so that song in particular is yeah, super special. And yeah, I hope you're not going to swelter too much over there though this summer.
So, have you always been a country singer?
Yeah, my mum was a country singer before me. And it's interesting because growing up, we had a lot of country in the house, a lot of Slim Dusty, and a lot of Patsy Cline, and then a lot of the Eagles as well. But my dad bought into the equation more the Led Zeppelin type of things and the Deep Purple, and then a lot of electric blues as well. So what I've found is when I've been putting together this album over the last many years, is that my album's like a patchwork of lots of different genres, and I'm the little country needle and thread keeping it all together. So there's definitely, influences of different genres in the album, and I feel like we all listen to different things, though. We don't just listen to one genre usually. So if a song's a good song, it is what it is, and so that's the way I've put this album together.
So, can you tell me about something release called When I Drink, I Smoke?
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me more about it?
What. Yeah, so it was interesting because I was having a night out with my girls, and I just thought everyone was outside going, "Oh, can I have a smoke? Can I have a smoke?" To all of each other. And I thought, hey, there's a song in this. Why has there never been a song written about this? It's in every pub, in every beer garden ever. So, I was like, that needs to be a song. And so my girls were outside because by this time we were sitting around the fire in the backyard. And I got the guitar, I ran inside, wrote the song, ran back outside and showed it to them, and they were like, "Oh, that's awesome!" And we were singing the chorus before the end of the night. So luckily enough, we recorded it on my phone because we wouldn't have remembered it otherwise. And so now it's become like a staple, and it's another one of those songs that just works so well live. It's that it's got that little junky swagger thing to it as well, which is really fun. And so that's sort of the story behind that one. It's definitely one of my favourites to play live.
So, can you tell me about your latest single called What's Next?
Yeah, so this song was written by the most incredible songwriter here in Australia. His name's Graham Connors. Graham is legendary. He's ARIA award winning. He's got 14 golden guitars, and he was massive in the 90s, and even now he's become not a legacy artist because he's still releasing incredible music, but his legacy is going to live on forever. To the point when he was 18, Chris Christopherson produced his album because he loved him so much, and he wrote songs for John Denver and just the most amazing things. And he wrote this song for me because I've known him since I was about 11, 12 years old. And to have a song written by obviously an icon to start with was incredible. And then to have just to be able to have that in my catalogue. And it's such a beautiful song. Like when I heard his voice memo, because I got it in the text said, "Hey, I've written you a song," and that was it. I was like, what? So I listened to the voice memo, and it was what next was playing, and I just couldn't believe it. I just burst into tears because it's one of the most beautiful songs I've ever heard. So I'm so thankful to be able to have that from him. It's really special.
So I know you're going to release the debut album in 8th of August called After Midnight. So can you tell me more about that?
Absolutely. So I chose the 8th of the 8th because I won't forget it. No, I'm joking. No, I love the play on numbers. Like the 6th of the 6th is when I started my tour and announced the album was coming out. And so there's always that little play on numbers, which makes it nice and interesting as well. But After Midnight is actually a song that's on the album that won't be released to country radio, that's for sure. You know that influence I was talking about with the Led Zeppelin-ish kind of thing. That's where the After Midnight comes from, and so it's definitely got the soaring vocals and the really deep, dark and sexy riffs and things like that. So I'm really excited for everyone to hear that because it's it's such a cool part of the album, and it gets to showcase me and what I can do across the board. So it's like the album itself, I'm so proud of it. It's taken 3 years to record because who's got extra cash these days to be able to be doing an album, let alone have a family and stuff. So it's been a labor of love, and the support from obviously family and the most incredible husband ever has got it across the line. So very, very, very lucky, and I just can't wait for everyone to hear it now. It's a waiting game.
Waiting game. So will it be released on, I guess it'll be released on streaming platforms? What about CD and vinyl? How about the thoughts about that?
So you can pre-order the CD now at brookeschubert.com, and so that'll be a signed copy, and then there's also some limited edition merch bundles there as well. But I do believe, because we've been asked about it constantly, I wasn't actually sure whether we should do it or not, but we're being hounded for vinyls. So maybe before the end of the year we might get a vinyl. We'll see. But it's so good to have, though. I love vinyls, so yeah, we might do that.
Yeah, I got a few vinyls, but also quite a few CDs. So I'll have to decide which one I'm going to buy, a CD or an album. But I'm definitely going to purchase one anyway.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that, and I'll make sure I sign it. Or if you don't want me to, tell me as well. That's totally fine.
So, what's it like being a independent artist for you?
It's an interesting time, I think, because in the past it's definitely been a label drenched sort of industry. But I think we're starting to see more and more independents have more and more success. And I think it's when you realise that you don't have to, be in the machine, you can sort of be the machine yourself. It's a really interesting place to come to, because there's no rules anymore, which is really exciting. There's no rules to say, this is what you do, this is the book, this is what you've got to follow. Now it's literally, hey, whatever goes. And so as a creative, I find that really exciting, that you don't have to fit into a box anymore. You don't have to look a certain way. You don't have to act a certain way. Someone called me a country Adele the other day, and I thought, you know what, that's almost right. I'm really bogan, so it's probably true. But it's so interesting, though, because, in the past, it would have been, no, you're not 21, you're not, a size 6, you can't do that. You know what I mean? So I think with technology now, it's made it a lot easier to be able to find your people, right? Like, we're all so connected now. So I think it's really, really exciting time to be an independent. And unless a label comes along that is, tailor-made for this, I might just start my own label, to be honest. But it's such an interesting time, and I've got the help of my best friend as well. She's amazing, and so it's definitely a team effort with her and I to do this whole music thing. So I'm very, very lucky.
So, how did you come across Nardia Drayton at RTC Records?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, she
sorry,
does.
I just lost you slightly. Sorry.
Yeah, she does a record company and a PR company.
Oh, right. Oh, that's amazing. It's so interesting, hey, because I think it's really important to get, outside information and different perspectives and things like that. But I love that, ultimately at the end of the day, it's up to, the artist, how everything works. That's so cool. I don't feel like artists have ever had that ability before now. So yeah, it's very, very cool.
So, what was it like to perform with Tina Arena?
Insane. Oh my gosh, she's incredible. I saw her again here in Brisbane a couple of weeks back. My friend Dylan Wright was support act for her, so I went along to support both of them. And she'd be 50 something, 60 something. No, not 60 yet. She'd kill me if I said that. But she's the most incredible powerhouse. The songs that she was releasing in the 90s still work now. And the fact that her voice, oh my gosh, her voice is just stunning. When she came out and sang that, wasn't it good? Wasn't it fun? And it was just so beautiful that there's so much music of hers that still really touches, she's just the ultimate idol to look up to, because, she's not only insanely talented and writes majority of her music, she really cares about the people that follow her music. And I think anyone who does that is really, really high in my books.
So, what was it like to go on tour with Keith Urban?
Insane. It's actually 11 years today since I did my last show with him. But I'll be seeing him again when he comes out in a couple of months. So yeah, he actually gets out here the week that my album drops. So I'm really I just love Keith. He's obviously one of the most loveliest people in the world. And taking me out on the road as an unknown then, is obviously a testament to him and who he is as a person, and also the crew around him. You know, everyone's so lovely, and I've kept in touch with everyone, and they're some of my best friends. There's some of his road crew as well. So, yeah, every time he comes to town, I'm always there, and it's so wonderful to see someone, and well, him and Nick, you know, people who are so humble and such amazing humans, and yet they're, you know, incredibly elite at what they do. You know, so it's it's another one that, you know, I'll always look up to those two as a bit of a guiding light through this weird sort of industry that we're in.
So, have you got any upcoming gigs you want to mention?
Oh my gosh, yes, we've got the Gympie Muster coming up. I think that's the next main one. And there's always bits and pieces going on here in Brisbane. If you jump onto my website, you'll see there's a Bands in Town link that'll show all of my gigs, because in the past I've been, you know, a bit skeptical about putting, you know, where I'm playing up around town, where I do, you know, the covers and things like that. But the one thing I've found is it's something that not a lot of other artists have, is that following that comes to all of your gigs, and it's the ability to build a crowd, and you know, I don't like to say followers because that sounds horrible. I'm not a fan of fans either, but you know, just people that enjoy my music, and that is able then to be able to, you know, transferred and translated into my own music, which is the whole point. So I'm very, very lucky to be able to do that. And so, yeah, if you jump on my website or any of my social media, there's a big gig guide now, because I'm one of the busiest ladies.
So, have you thought about coming to the UK? There's a bit of a logistics kind of a thing from Australia, but it's
Oh
very.
gosh.
It's there's a bit of a plane journey, 24 hours on the plane, but it's becoming very popular country music in the UK. So, any thoughts about that?
Oh, I know, I'd love to come over. Are you kidding me? I would love to come over next year. I think it's an interesting thing to see that country music is so loved, and you know, it's not only in, you know, in the UK. It's like right across, right? Like, I remember when I was a kid seeing a DVD of Garth Brooks playing in Ireland and going, "What? That's a thing there?" You know, and I think technology has really allowed us to see, oh, hang on, we're all listening to the same thing, we're all one community. So it is absolutely a huge dream to be able to play in the UK. I would love to get over there. So yeah, you never know. My passport's ready. I'm ready to go.
So, finally, can you tell the listeners where they can find you on your social media?
Yeah, you can, if you just Google me, I'm everywhere. Honestly, it's a bit freaky actually. But I'm on the Facebook, the Instagram. If you just look up Brooke Schubert or Brooke Schubert Official, or just jump on my website, and that will take you everywhere that it needs to go. So yeah, but come along for the ride. And I overshare, I think, a lot on social media. But if you go on there today, you'll see my having fun at the Randy Houser concert the other night. So yeah, there's a lot going on at the moment. So yeah, join in for the ride. It's chaotic. It's fun.
Thank you for letting me chat to you today.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful day.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, goodbye.